Is it that kind of good to get away from the field and mix it up?
Yeah, definitely. Look, we're on the field a lot throughout pre-season. We're training pretty hard, so being in the pool today, yeah, just a bit of a freshen up recovery day, and fly into the weekend, and then come back next week feeling refreshed.
How is your body feeling?
Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. The first week was a bit tough, getting used to back into the load and all that sort of stuff. So, but now this second week, I felt a lot better coming into training each day and recovered. So yeah, it's been good.
You're looking a bit bigger as well. You eating a bit over off season?
Yeah, I was putting a bit in my body. I was put on about five kilos over the off season. So I just got to get used to carrying that weight and get fit again. And yeah, hopefully that works throughout the pre-season.
How's it been with Des?
Yeah, it's been tough. He really wants us to work hard and do well. He's real thorough in what he does, and he really particular in what he wants the team. So I think he'll bring big success to our club in the future.
In comparison to this time last year, how different has it been so far? I know it's only been a week or so.
I think just the footy load. Like I think last year when we come in, we didn't do a lot of stuff footy, but now having a new coach and stuff, we have to learn all the new structures, defensive structures, and all that sort of stuff. So. Yeah, it's been a bit different in that aspect. We're doing a lot more footy stuff, but we're still working hard in the con and in the gym and all that as well. So yeah, it's been good.
What's going on in that circus tent?
Yeah, it's definitely no weddings and that happening in there. It's definitely a lot of hard work and a lot of wrestle. So we do 2 wrestle sessions a week now, which is bringing good to us, and hopefully it benefits us in the season.
How'd you find the NRL, mate?
Yeah, it was definitely a big step up from what I'm used to. Just the speed of it and the physicality, I think you never can clock off in the NRL. You always got to keep moving and stuff like that. So that's the biggest difference I found.
It was a pretty tough initiation, wasn't it? You got like Melbourne and Penrith and stuff first up. Like, was it a real shock?
Yeah, definitely. I had a bit of an idea that it was coming. Jimmy sort of let me know a bit earlier, so I had a bit of time to prepare myself. But it was definitely a big shock coming up against Penrith and Melbourne in my first 2 games. But it was a good experience and a good challenge, and I always enjoy that.
Is there a position there for you up for grabs this year? What's Des sort of spoken about?
We sort of haven't really spoken about that. I'm sort of going into the pre-season looking to try push myself as much as possible, and I guess that hopefully that pushes Tanner a bit as well. I guess he would probably be the walk-up number 7 at the moment, him playing most of the year, but that's definitely something I'm looking to, is trying to push him as hard as I can and try to push myself to get that number 7 jersey as well.
I think you're off the contract this year, or just a big year for yourself. Do you want to stay here? Like, is that the goal? Or?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I'm from the Gold Coast. I grew up here and I've lived here my whole life. So yeah, that's definitely something I want to look at trying to extend here a bit longer, but I've got to let my footy do the talking there.
You said that you put on 5 kilos over the off season. Do you feel like you could have used that at times last year? Is that like better?
Yeah, 100%. I guess that was one of the biggest things in my off-season review. They wanted me to put on a bit of size and stuff because I was probably the lightest person playing in the NRL at that time. So it was definitely something I needed back then playing, especially with my defence and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely.
Particularly going up against pretty physical teams like obviously Penrith and Melbourne, that sort of thing, your first couple of games?
Yeah, definitely. Like especially winning the tackles and getting involved in all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I definitely could have used that last year.
How's Dave Fafita looking, mate? He's on the comeback from a knee.
Yeah, he's looking good. I haven't had too much. He's only come back this week, so I haven't had too much to do with him. He's been in the rehab stuff, so getting his knee right, and I think I was speaking to him the other day. I think he might be hitting the field soon. So yeah, I'm not too sure.
He's in the headlines again with his contract and stuff. You're obviously hoping he stays at this club long term.
Yeah, 100%. I hope he stays here. He's a great footy player and he's a good mate as well. So I guess that's up to him to sort out, and I'm sure he'll make the right decision for himself and his family.
Do you think starting 7 is a realistic goal for you heading into next year?
Yeah, I guess so. I think it is myself. I reckon if I put my best foot forward and play well in the trials, hopefully that Desi sees that, and I believe it is a realistic goal. So yeah, definitely.
How do you kind of approach this pre-season? I mean, you look back last year was kind of your first one, a bit of a teething. What's the mentality you bring into this one this year?
Yeah, I wanted to be a bit more vocal, I guess. Like last year, it was a bit like getting myself into it, getting a bit of experience with all that sort of stuff. But so definitely coming into this year, wanting to be a bit more vocal. As being a half, you've got to talk a fair bit. So that's one of the big things, and being a leader as well in that sort of aspect. So yeah, 100%.
I think those last couple of games at the back end of last year made you feel more comfortable. Like you seem confident and pretty comfortable around the group now.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely gave me a lot of confidence playing those last 3 games, and especially coming up against those sort of teams. So it gave me a lot of confidence coming into this year, and hopefully playing a couple more games.
Have that sort of initiation of fire up against Penrith and Melbourne, that sort of thing, for your first game. Do you think that sort of sink or swim moment really sort of will do you good long term?
Yeah, 100%. As I said before, always like a challenge, and I always like to put myself up against the best. And I guess those first two sort of games were against the best. So yeah, there was definitely a moment where I needed to really step up, and I really enjoyed that challenge. So yeah, looking forward to it coming next year.